Oh, hey, this is awkward. Hey, well, the other day I got asked what my favorite leftover food is to reheat. I didn't even have to think about my top three. Number three, scalloped potatoes. Silver medal, Christmas turkey dinner. Number one, mushroom risotto cakes, reheated. Oh, the best. You'll see, I'm about to give you episode 6 of 6 of One Pan Meals. Okay, we're going to start this mushroom risotto party by preparing all of our raw ingredients. Let's peel and dice 1/2 large white onion. Take a few extra seconds in this step and really break your onions down small. I don't need any big chunks in there. This isn't a jambalaya or a stew. Get right down there. Let's take 1 whole bulb of garlic, smash it with our hand, and steal its best 5 cloves. Let's peel those cloves, smash them with the back of our chef's knife, and then mince them right down to the size of those onions. Take your garlic, put it with your onions, and place it off to the side for later. We're going to start to prepare our mushrooms now. I'm only using 2 types of mushrooms this occasion for simplicity's sake. Feel free to use whichever you like. I've made this dish in the past with numerous varieties. One of my favorites is roast shiitakes. They provide a nice firm bite and work in a pinch as a protein alternative. Clean your domestic or cremini mushrooms by brushing any of the excess dirt that still remains. Also remove the stem. Take your chef's knife and slice your mushroom caps to about 1/8 of an inch. Hey, just a heads up, you probably don't use a knife every day, so be sure to use proper knife technique and take your time. Let's just mind our fingers. Let's prepare our porcini mushrooms by pulling them out of the package and soaking them in hot water. No need to boil anything here either. Hot tap water is fine. Next, we're going to prepare our fresh basil. There is a tutorial that I'll provide a link to below that will take you through simple basil chiffonade preparation. It's worth your time. While you're on our site, also have a look at our how to sharpen a knife as well. You can thank me later. Now that our mise en place has been prepared, we get to start cooking. I'll post an exact list of ingredients below as to make sure you're grabbing the correct items. Let's get started by setting our electric skillet to high and adding a few tablespoons of olive oil. Go ahead and add your sliced domestic mushrooms to your hot oil. We're looking to cook them lightly and make them slightly brown. Take them out, put them in a bowl off to the side for later. We're going to need those. No need to wash or wipe out your pan. Let's add a little bit more olive oil and add our onions and our garlic. Give it a saute. Just for the record, until the risotto is complete, we are pretty much going to hover over the pan for the next 30 minutes. Risotto doesn't have a ton of complicated ingredients or procedures, but it does require your complete attention. This dish is high maintenance, and we are always focused on how well the flavors are developing, as well as constantly stirring to have the rice absorb the liquids. Quick tip, only use a wooden spoon for risotto. Metal can break the rice grain as well as scrape the non-stick coating off your pan, so keep it old school. There is going to be some dishes that we make together where I'll get you to wash your rice. This is not one of those times. We want that excess starch to become part of our creamy textured base. To my browned onions and garlic, I've added 2 cups of arborio rice. You can find it on any major grocery store shelves. Today I'm using the Carnaroli double milled brand. I love it. Been my favorite for a while. Now that I've cooked my raw rice with the onions, garlic, and oil, I'll pour in about 1 cup of the white wine that I'm drinking for the evening. You'll notice that the rice will absorb the liquid very fast, and will continue to do so for the next while. Our job is to now consistently stir in more hot chicken stock into the pan as the rice absorbs it. I usually add a couple medium-sized ladles at a time. As a flavor booster, I'll also add the liquid my porcini mushrooms were soaking in. After a few more minutes of adding more chicken stock to our rice, let's take our porcini mushrooms, give them a fine dice, add them to our pan. For about the next 15 minutes, we will be in a constant battle to keep the rice at the precise level of moisture. I've sped up the process in the above window to show you how it should look over the course of time. One thing I encourage you to do is keep tasting your risotto throughout. It will give you a better sense of how your flavors and textures are developing. Also feel free to start adjusting your seasoning by incorporating kosher salt and cracked pepper. Be aware of your salt levels. We are just about ready to shave in our Grana Padano Parmesan cheese, and it has a very high salt content, so be mindful. Use your box grater to stir in your Parmesan. This step should be done after your rice is about 80% complete. I like all my ingredients to still be very wet at this stage. It should look like undercooked porridge. It's now that I'm going to stir in about 4 heaping tablespoons of cold butter. This is also when I'm going to reintroduce our sautéed mushrooms in from earlier. Properly cooked risotto is rich and creamy even though no cream is added due to the starch of the grains if properly prepared. It's now in the final stages of our dish that we can finish our seasoning and be hyper aware of the arborio rice's texture. The traditional texture is fairly fluid or all'onda, wavier, flowing in waves. To finish your risotto, cover it with a tight-fitting lid and let it rest for a few minutes. Serve it with more shaved cheese and our basil chiffonade from earlier. I also like to finish it with a squeeze of fresh lemon. And there you have it, a classic mushroom risotto. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I usually make too much on purpose. Once the rice is warm to the touch after you're finished eating, use your bare hands to form small cakes. Cook them in the same hot pan the next day in olive oil to get them nice and crisp. I love mine with some mango chutney or even just a basic garlic aioli. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to hit me in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer you there. If you found this video helpful, earn yourself some extra karma and give us a big blue thumbs up, a share, or even better, a 5-star review. I'm David Husero. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.